Hi, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. My name is Mika D'Souza. I'm from FIG Agro Lab Asia. It has been pretty much a very interesting week, and I went to the Highlands, basically gender bike, to visit my mentor who conducted a short seminar of sort to teach ardent figures in Malaysia. So I lended him my support, stayed overnight, in my car, but it was all worth it. And I hope those speakers who were there have pretty much gained a lot of knowledge from me. So what I've learned over the couple of weeks, in fact, and over the last one day or 2 days, was that a lot of you actually requested on knowing how we actually do our propagating of the cuttings of figs. I call it, the economy call it, the Aryan way of doing, because Dato and I pretty much share the same birth date in the month of April, so we're Aryan. So I call it the Aryan method. Okay, so pardon my hair, it's horrible. I haven't slept for the last 2 days, to be honest. So I've got a couple over here, one of which is already completed. So I'm going to tell you how to kind of top it up and so forth. So I've got a cutting over here with a couple of notes. Very nice. Oh, I love this. So I've got a Brunoro Black. Very, very sweet. So what essentially I used to do was to cut it into half. All right, but I've learned over the couple of months that a longer stick like this will actually allow more buds to appear and more roots to form. You kind of contain the whole, you kind of focus on the whole stick, leverage on it wherever you can, all right? So it's always a stronger cutting to have it this size. So some of you have actually done the slant cut. I still practice that. Do a couple of stress, and that's it. You can do the scarring or doing one round, but I think it's just way too much. This is pretty simple. And the one reason why we actually love doing in bags like this, because it cuts one phase of repotting or uppotting them. Because if you're going to do a few hundred or few thousand, likelihood is going to be back breaking. So this is one of the easier method of taking one phase or one process out for uppotting. So I've done this piece, and always remember, new figures, if you have a stick, remember it's pretty much a dead stick once you cut it from a mother tree. So you need to treat it first before the fungus gets to it. So I've done that. I've dried it. Please don't put hair dryer. I know some of you actually think, do I have to use a hair dryer? No. Do I have to put under the fan? No. Just put on newspaper and let it dry. Thoroughly dry. So here you go. Brunoro Black. Polybag, this size. This is the right size, to be honest. Anything bigger, you will risk over watering it and allow the stick to have root rot, whichever roots, whatever root is going to come out of it. And remember, I've told some of you, you need to make some additional cuts so that when you pour the water gets drained out pretty fast and doesn't stay at the bottom. Again, remember, they don't like wet feet. Do a slant. The slant actually works, to be honest, for cuttings. Please don't do the straight cut, so-called straight cut. I'm not talking about jeans. And there you go. The more you can put into the bag. Remember, I told you about 2/3 of it and expose about 1/3 is the best. In this case, is fairly around there. Fill it up, and voila, you're done. So I've got the completed version over here. Very nice and tight and so forth. Water it one time. Flush it, water it really well. Pick it up or put it onto a couple of bricks. Let the water drain out thoroughly before you decide to put it under indirect sun or inside the house. Not inside the house, but in your house compound. Some of you put it in boxes. Again, it's preference, but for us, we just leave it there out in the open as long as not under direct sun at all. In the event, if you see some buds and leaf coming out, if you don't want to introduce it to sun, which is actually very good for them, do it during the early morning sun so that it doesn't get burnt. So indirectly allows the media to be dried out somewhat, and you can actually do a second round of watering. With regards to watering, what kind of water you may ask? again, do your own reading, do your own research. It's up to you. Essentially, you can put in the goodies, the vitamins, and the fats. But again, please make sure if you're an organic person, practice organic fertilizers or use for organic fertilizers. Please always remember that it has to be really mature. If it's not mature or processed, there will be a lot of pathogens and you risk killing the plant or the cutting or the roots. It will just eat it up. So that's about it. So water it one time well. Do not water it again until the media is dry. Again, pick it up. If it's heavy, it still has water. If it's cold, it still has water at the bottom. Or put your finger in and poke it in. If your finger feel cold or there's some moisture, then you know there's still water. Do not water it anymore until it's about to get really dry. Don't wait until it's totally dry. Then the roots will desiccate and die. That's it. If you have any questions, please do let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. Cheers, guys.